So this is pumpkin leaves. I already boiled them. Put hot water, no, cold water, and squeeze the water out from the pumpkin leaves, and I already cut it as well outside the camera. So now I cut them, but still too big. So now I'm just chopping it this way. So what we're going to do, we're going to make pumpkin leaves beef meatballs. It's the first time I'm attempting to do this, so I hope it turn out good. And you see, if you put them into hot water, boil them first, and then put cold water in, the pumpkin retain its color. But normally pumpkin doesn't lose the color even when you cook it. It's always remain green. So this is the first method. So fresh. And then now we're going to put our spices. So I'm going to put garlic powder here, and then you have onion powder. We need plenty of that. And then we have nutmeg, a little bit of nutmeg. Then we have all-purpose seasoning and mixed herbs. And we have steak seasoning or beef seasoning. Then add that one in. Add your salt. And then add your black pepper. Know that we don't need to add any Maggi cube because all this seasoning have flavoring already in. And that's it. Now we're gonna get our meatballs. We put it in here. Look how nice. Still have liquid. If you squeeze, there's some liquid, which is good. So the pumpkin leaves will absorb everything, including the spices. So yeah, look at that. Yeah, let me get the minced beef. So now we're going to add our minced beef. Even if you have sausages, any sausages fine. So, and then mix everything in. Make sure the pumpkin leaves are evenly coated and they become married to each other. Just like that. You have your pumpkin leaves and meatball. See that? Very nice. I'm going to shape them now and put them on this bowl. We don't really need, just shape them in a normal meatball shape. So you don't need to do anything extraordinary. Just shape it in meatball shape and put them here. And then just roll. When it's done, that's it. Your pumpkin meatballs are ready. Yeah. Pumpkin meatballs are ready. So the only thing we need to do is brown them, have a nice sauce to go with it. How lovely is that? Absolutely amazing. So that even if the kids don't like to eat veggies, you just disguise them on the meat and they will eat it. Or if you have a picky husband, this one is good too. Look at that. Amazing. Lovely. I'm going to cover it with this. And then when we're ready to fry, we'll fry them. So we're going to make a sauce for the meatball that we made previously. So I have 3 tomatoes here. And then I have red onion, but you can use any onion of your choice. And then we have a few cloves of garlic. So we're going to blend them all together and then we'll boil it for a long time, for an hour. So we're going to put it in a blender. See? Put them all in. You don't need to add water because the tomatoes already have juices on its own. Like pretty much doesn't need. And that include onion too. We don't need no water. So yeah, just press it in. My tripod's so moved, so you'll be able to close and close it. Let's go and blend everything in together. Oh, close it. Yeah, let's go and blend. Blender guys here. Close. Turn this one on. Then see, let's go. Let's take where the head station is. Pour it on here. Need some water. A little bit of water to clean this. That's it. And bring it here so we can cook. Let's boil this. Just make it this way. Yeah, try to adjust this to my liking. Here is better. We are adding only beef stock, 1, because the meatball have salt. And then we're going to add, this is pork fat, so we'll add the pork fat in. And then we're going to wait to boil. Boiling, I'm going to add more water in there because I want it to taste good. I don't want it to taste sour at all. So just stir it. And then cover it. Let it cook. So we're going to add some flavor on this. There's no flavor. Okay. We're going to add more water in here. I'm going to record from this part of the video. I think there will be other part also. I'm going to record a video recording because there's some music on in the background, or TV. For some reason I could hear it in the background, so I'm going to record instead, and I don't want YouTube to flag me for copyright. And I was saying that the water is reduced, so now we're going to add the meatballs in a sauce, but we're going to reduce the water more so that we have a thick sauce, and the sauce looks so bright. And I tasted it, it was delicious, and I didn't use any vegetable oil. I used pork fat from previous video that I had I made, and there was a lot of pork fat because it was a pork belly, and then you know how pork belly is, it has a lot of fat on. If you cook it, there's so much fat left over, so I use that instead of any other oil, and the dish, the sauce doesn't look oily. Yeah. Now we are going to fry our meatballs with pumpkin leaves, and I didn't add any oil or any fat. The meatballs it themselves are extremely oily, so you know when you bring minced beef, it has more fat than anything else. So then the meat that you bought yourself and you make the minced beef yourself. That's why I didn't add the oil in. I just want to fry the meatballs on their own natural fat that they came with it from the supermarket. And also previously I added for the sauce you guys saw previously, I added pork fat there, and then I think after I cooked, I turned them around. It doesn't take that long, and the good thing is the pumpkin leaves absorb fat also, and they become bigger in size, and it was so firm, so they are not loose, they don't break. It's like the pumpkin leaves become a glue to this meatball, and they look so nice. Like after I fry them, the color contrast is amazing. So you have the color from the beef turn slightly brown, and then you have the color of the pumpkin leaf just remain as beautiful as green as it was, even though it's cooked. And it's so good, and it's not oily, nothing. As you can see now, I'm just tossing them around to evenly cook the whole thing. So before we add them into the sauce. And from there, that's the amount of sauce that we had after we reduced the water, and I added the meatballs on there. It was so good. Like, it's not too much. The sauce wasn't overpowering the meatballs, or the meatball didn't overpower the sauce. So each remained with their own natural color that they came with. So the color of the sauce, and then the color of the meatballs, just beautiful. That brown color and that sunrise look, or orange, bright orange, and the green from the pumpkin leaves. It just makes the dish beautiful and bright and vibrant. So I just allowed it to cook for a little bit, for a small amount of time, just for the meatballs to observe the juices from the sauce. So that's why I fried it, and also I want to cook the sauce more. Yeah, if you have time and if you want to prepare this, it's actually very simple. You just buy any pumpkin leaves. If you have like a little farm next to your backyard, you can get some pumpkin leaves, boil them, squeeze the water out, and cut them thinly, and you can make this nice dish. You don't need a lot of ingredients. You can literally just use Maggi cube and the salt to make this dish. You don't need a lot of spices. You can make it as simple, or you can make it as elaborate as you want, and your family will love it. And I loved it too. My husband loved it as well, and I really like it. So what I did, actually, I just fried these meatballs in their own in the sauce with also the pork fat, just to observe in all the flavors from the sauce. And it was amazing dish. You can eat it on its own, but best you can eat it with rice or whatever carbs you have, that you have in your home. It really doesn't matter what you eat with, and as long as you're comfortable with anything, you go with it. And yeah, from here, this part is all about dishing the dish, putting our dish in a bowl. Look at that beautiful color. I just love the color. Like, it's amazing. So I dish it out from the cooking pan. And from there I took some photos and a little video. I think that was for Instagram or Facebook, one of them. So it was good. Like I really enjoyed. I enjoyed cooking this dish. I mean, all the dishes I do enjoy, but this was something that I created. I'm like, okay, let me try this. It might taste good, and it was good. And I'm going to try. I'm going to cook much more of this, and I'm going to create other dishes also. Just creativity in cooking. You don't need to cook the same thing every day. You need to be creative with your cooking so that your family can love it, or your husband can love it, and you yourself something new all the time. You're not going to make beef whatever stew all the time. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? With other dishes on the side. Beautiful. Look at the color. Please don't forget to subscribe.